Hello, everybody. Welcome to the fourth episode of LPodcast'N. LPodcast'N. When you came up with the name, Simon, how did you envision it?
I don't know. I was just thinking of like the letters and the visuals of it. Yeah.
LPodcast'N. Yeah, that's better. So I am Xavier, and I studied history at the Uni of Manchester last year. And this week we're going to be talking all about the importance of work experience, the Uni of Manchester's career service, and how to manage all of that alongside your studies. So we are joined by Salma, who was on 2 episodes ago, I think, and by Kerry, who is also a graduate and works full-time for the student team. How have you found that, Kerry?
Yeah, it's been a new experience, especially starting completely remotely. But I've really enjoyed it, kind of jumping in and helping out.
Yeah. Did you have like a good experience with working or getting to know the uni before that? Is that how you kind of ended up applying? And
yeah, well, I also studied history last year, so I was coming out of my undergrad, and I was kind of looking at what I could do because I wasn't sure on going into a sector quite yet. I wanted to get an internship and see have some experience at the library, and it really jumped out to me as an opportunity to help, work with students and to support them through COVID, because I thought in my final year that I could have really done with some more tailored support. So the job really jumped out to me because I was like, I've got loads of ideas as to how we can help.
Yeah. So I think as a history student, for me, I graduated and like didn't have any work experience. And I was like, what the hell am I going to do? I have no idea what's going on in the world or what I'm going to apply for. So doing a master's for me was really, really helpful for that.
Yeah, similar to me, like the internship was kind of like, I felt like I have no work experience yet that's not retail or hospitality. So I thought it would be a good next step after graduating to do something like that.
Yeah. Okay, so we'll start talking a little bit about the careers service. I know actually that they've recently changed CareersLink to CareersConnect, which is going to be happening over the next couple of weeks. But did you guys use the careers service, take advantage of any of the things that they offer during your time, or have you?
Yeah, I mean, I became part of the student team through the career service. I was just, like I was filtering through all the vacancies, and like as a student, when you find something that actually works, and especially if it's remote, like that was absolutely insane. So it was applied right away. I think I would say the filter is like the most important part of the whole thing, because that's when you can actually look at something that applies to you. So yeah, it was a good opportunity for me. I don't know about you guys.
Yeah, so I never even didn't really know until like halfway through the year that there was an actual like site where you could apply for jobs through the uni.
Did you just assume it was like a place and that's it?
Yeah. So I mean, I went to get so I got my CV looked at and had a careers consultancy meeting, which was like really helpful. Kind of gave me a bit more confidence to know what kind of jobs I was looking for and where to look. And then the woman who I had the careers consultancy meeting with was like, oh, well, the uni also has like a place where you can apply for jobs and where they advertise jobs. So that was great.
Yeah, for me, when I was at university, I found like a part-time job through the careers service, which was really great as well. I think that's good about CareersLink is it's not just like kind of full-time internships. It's also got stuff like the student team, and my job was just handing out the student newspaper on campus when we were still on campus, and that was just casual contract, 8 hours, and I found that through CareersLink. So there's all sorts on there.
Yeah, for sure. Especially if you're looking for part-time work just alongside your studies, that was really helpful.
Yeah.
Okay, so speak a little bit about not having as much experience as you would hope for when you graduated, Carrie. How did you, or how do you kind of take advantage of the work that you have done in hospitality or retail, and how did you make that or put that in your CV to kind of to build yourself up?
Yeah, it was something that was quite difficult initially, because when I looked at the jobs that I'd had in the past, which mainly I'd taken for convenience and kind of summer jobs just to get some money, I thought, how am I going to get into these entry-level positions once I graduate with this? But taking a look at it, you really do learn a lot in retail and hospitality that is transferable to anywhere. Like, I think for this job, I put like you in most of those jobs, you're working in a team all the time with all sorts of people, different ages, at different levels in the company. So you've got interpersonal skills there. You just got to really look and evaluate what you do on a day-to-day level, which might seem like just second nature to you working in retail, but actually it's a skill that a lot of people don't have. Like customer service is really beneficial for stuff like that. Yeah. And even just like you've shown that you have the will to work and like a drive to get somewhere. So even just putting that on your CV to show that you've actually done it is beneficial as well. Yeah,
for sure. So I worked for the year before my master's, I worked at Five Guys, and I remember just writing on my CV like, "Oh, Five Guys care loads about customer service." So they made us really like push the boat out to take care of customers, which seemed to work. What about you, Summer? You mentioned on the second episode, I think, that you did some volunteering. Was that with or through the uni or external?
It was usually through the uni. And I even did, like, before I was in uni, like I did loads of volunteering at like different schools for special kids and things like that. So when I came to uni, it was kind of natural, like I wanted to continue doing that.
Yeah.
And there's loads of opportunities online or otherwise, but I kind of miss the face-to-face sort of thing because it was very exciting to interact like that. And it's a rewarding experience, like overall, because you feel like you're doing something like not for yourself, which I think everyone kind of needs a little bit of that, you know? Yeah.
Very true. I mean, you'll for sure graduate with loads of stuff to put on your CV then.
I'm lucky in that aspect because I was always kind of like programmed. I wasn't programmed, but I was always kind of disciplined to do something extracurricular wise.
Yeah.
So yeah, I kind of volunteered. Like I volunteered, teached in the International Society for a bit, for like a semester and a half, and then helped out with some events at like the museum. So yeah, like all those kind of things, like Carrie said, like, you know, you do customer service in a way because you're always like talking to people and letting people in and things like that. So it's always a skill that will help you in the workplace or otherwise, like in your life. Yeah,
for sure. I think that because this is easy to think that when you're applying, like the standards are going to be too high, or you don't have the right experience, so you don't have a chance. But really, if you like put the right work into your CV and have just a little bit of experience and can explain why that's going to help you for the job, you'll be fine.
And I think it's so easy to like stress about it, but we're all in like the same boat in a way. We're all applying, we're all trying to find jobs. So don't stress too much because there's always going to be a skill that you can present that no one else can present in a way. So
Yeah, sure. I want to speak a little bit about how to balance like work and your studies. I think for me, one thing that stood out to me was that actually like working kind of helped me with my studies. So I remember because the first like couple months of doing my masters, I was working at Five Guys, and then I quit because I was like, I need some time to focus on uni. And then my level of production with uni work didn't like really go up significantly because just the routine of going to work and having set days where I had to do uni work was kind of helpful for me. Have you guys found like you have been able to do uni work alongside volunteering or part-time work?
Yeah, for me, I think when I had my part-time job at the SU, I guess it's a benefit that history, you have quite a few, like significantly less contact hours than other subjects. So it might be easier for us than like someone who is doing medicine, for example. But I could choose like afternoons which were blocked out for work. And like you said, then you know that like, oh, I'm not going to be able to do my essay that afternoon, so I'll schedule time in here. So like it made me organize like the rest of my life more to be able to fit around work and studying and then having like free time as well.
Yeah.
Definitely. I agree completely. When all you have to do, like I remember right at the beginning in your first year, all you have to do is uni. You kind of leave it, till whenever you feel like it. But when you have other things to do, you tend to manage it better because like you have to get it done that day or whenever. So I would agree that actually, like balance wise, it's good to take on some things, not too many, but some other things other than uni, because then you're able to prioritize better.
Yeah. It definitely worked that way for me as well, which is interesting. Okay. First or worst. I'm not going to go through every single one of your working or doing experiences, but are there any working, volunteering experiences whilst at uni that stand out for being particularly great or particularly bad? Not in a drastic, horrible way, but in a funny kind of bad way. Is there anything that stands out to you?
For me, in my second year, I volunteered at Parklife Festival, which was kind of half to get the experience of like just customer service and half, it was half for the free ticket, to be honest. But it rained a lot and it was very muddy, and it was kind of like you got given the task and then you just had to kind of use your own initiative to do it. So it was difficult in that sense, but I really enjoyed it because it was all really fast and new, and you were just with a lot of other people who were there to like for the experience as well. So it was kind of those, like it's half bad but like mostly good. It was mainly just Manchester weather that ruined it. It was freezing.
Yeah. I know a few people that have been to Parklife and go on and on about the walk home that they had to do from wherever it is, like the worst walk of their life back from Parklife.
Yeah, it's literally so long, and it's just a muddy field that just goes on forever. But like when you just want your bed because you can't camp over, so
yeah.
Yeah, the weather took a bit of getting used to, honestly, but I think I have like a good-ish experience. I volunteered to do with a couple of other people to like a language taster session for like the staff at the Manchester Museum, because they were like, I want to know how to say hi in like different languages because they get to see anyone from the public. But anyways, so I remember, and this was right at the beginning, I was new, like I haven't been to the UK before uni, so I was just completely like a foreign international student. But anyways, I went in, and in the taster session, I was like, can I ask you all a question? Like, why do you ask if I'm all right? It sounds like it sounds like you're concerned for me. What's wrong? Is it yeah, I didn't know it was just like, how are you? It felt like something was wrong, do you know? Because just normal as a sentence, logically, I'm thinking, am I a cause for concern? Like, why is everyone asking if you're all right? I was like, that's something very unique to England, just so you know, guys.
Oh,
like,
okay. Wait. Yeah. So where are you from?
I'm from Egypt. Yeah.
Oh wow. Okay. Where in Egypt?
Not the capital. So it's not Cairo. It's some place called Bursaid. No one knows it. It's fine. I just say Cairo. Yeah.
Okay. No. My best friend lives in Egypt.
No way.
Yeah. I went to visit her in Alexandria.
Oh, Alexandria is beautiful.
It's
amazing. Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. Like that's the kind of thing that even if it's one day, even if it's just like an event that you've been to, it's the kind of thing that you can like put on your CV. Like people might not think, oh, I wasn't being paid like working part-time, working like 12 hours a week, so I can't put it on my CV. But anything that shows that you've had an external interest outside of your studies or like your social life is like a great kind of thing to put on your CV.
Yeah, definitely.
For sure.
I think doing a placement for me was definitely the most helpful thing that I did. That was a part of there was a placement module on my master's course, and then so I ended up doing a placement at the John Rylands Library, and then that was how I met Adam, who obviously works for the WP team, and then ended up with the Library Peer Network. But there's always like stuff going on, just events that you can go to. So even if you sign up for an online event and just say that you went on your CV, shows a kind of different interest in like the working kind of world. Is that something that you've taken advantage of?
I think for me, I kind of used that, like the park life volunteering. I used it as like an angle on my CV, as that was one of my main interests, like music.
Yeah.
Kind of paired with like I did some writing for the Mancunian for the music section. So I think it kind of paired with that, and it showed that, you know, I've got this interest in kind of this in that area. So if ever I went for a job that included anything about media or kind of content creation, I had that as like a pillar in my CV.
Yeah, for sure.
You know, it's kind of like in the CV, all you want to show is that you're like a well-rounded person, that
exactly.
You know, someone can take you on for a job. So it's nice to have like those little interests in there, because it shows like not just that you can manage your time and be organized and things like that, but that you're able to like experience different things and, you know, adapt. So you can really twist it to like show a lot of different skills. So it's always useful to have, you know.
Yeah, for sure. So I remember my uncle told me a while ago that someone that he knows that is a recruiter, or he gave someone an interview because one of his interests was skiing and he liked to ski. Kind of explains how not unserious is not the word, but how arbitrary a lot of it is a lot of the time. So
yeah, sometimes you don't know what's going to like pull people into your CV, and it could be anything really.
Yeah, exactly. Okay, so in the post for this, I will post all of the links to the uni career service. One of the websites actually that I used a lot was was Prospects, which is like a job searching thing for more graduate type jobs. But are there any like main websites or places that you go for opportunities?
This is gonna sound cliche, but like just LinkedIn. I mean,
Yeah. I didn't have a LinkedIn until like 6 months ago.
I only had it this year, so it's okay.
Yeah, I'd agree, LinkedIn as well, because I only got that recently and I feel like, oh no, what have I been missing on here?
Yeah, for sure. I had no idea really, because I thought it was going to be like a lot more serious than it is. It's just like Facebook.
Yeah.
Like Instagram. Yeah, but then also like the work side of it, that there are jobs available. Like I've applied for jobs through LinkedIn. So it's kind of like the best of both worlds for that. I would definitely 100% recommend getting LinkedIn for anyone listening that doesn't have a LinkedIn. They actually have or they had, I'm not sure now with COVID and everything being online, but they have like LinkedIn surgeries as part of what the careers service offers, like events or like sessions where they have someone come in and talk about LinkedIn and how to make a LinkedIn profile from start to finish, that kind of thing.
There are videos, I think.
Yeah.
If not like the actual,
Yeah. I'll scout all of those and then post them into the post as well. Okay. Thank you very much, guys, for coming on to speak about your work experiences, volunteering experiences, CV tips, advice, that kind of thing. Yeah. So this will be posted on Monday, and then I will let everyone know what the topic is for next week. Thank you, guys.
Thank you.
Cheers.